Hello, according to my phone, I am officially live. I'm Gemma. I am from England in the UK, and welcome to my house, which at the moment is very, very Halloween-y because I'm a little bit too obsessed with Halloween. I'm here as a very special guest on Pixie Bela to talk to you about a few things today. But first, I might as well introduce myself just a little bit. As I said, my name is Gemma and I'm from England in the UK, but you could probably tell that from my accent anyway. I'm here with my cat, who is very busy. As you can see, she's been sleeping all day long. Clearly she's exhausted. So what do I do with my life? I do lots of different things. First and foremost, I'm an actor and a model. I spend most of my days running around all over the place, pretending to be various different characters, singing songs, dancing around, and just being a general weirdo. It's the best way to be, really. I have a really crazy life. I do all sorts of very strange things all the time. I spend probably most of my life running around the streets of York, which is where I'm based, which is a beautiful historical city. It's one of the oldest cities in England, which still looks like it's one of the oldest cities. It has incredible buildings from like the 14 and the 1500s, and I absolutely adore it. And I'm an actor in the city. I'm a tour guide. So if you're ever in York, you can say hi, and I might be there shouting history in a comedic way, who knows. When I'm not doing that, I do spend a lot of time on stage doing musical theatre as well, which is something I'm really passionate about. I absolutely adore it. My boyfriend's just walked in. He's just awkwardly gonna leave. He doesn't have a clue that I'm on here. Just ignore me, Christian, everything's fine. So, I'm here to talk to you about a few different things today, apart from just myself. I've been given a little task to show you a few products today. So we have 4 products that we're going to talk about today, all kind of various different things. It's a random array, but we're going to start with 2, which I think, personally, are the most important things to have in a makeup box. I'm going to take you through to my bathroom. The light's going to disappear for a little bit. And is this, which is a Simple product. So Simple is a really, really good brand. It basically is for sensitive skin. So if you have anything like you get really dry skin or really oily, or just, you might break out if you use certain types of makeup, this is a fantastic brand to use. So this is the Regeneration Age Resisting Facial Wash, which is why I brought you into my bathroom. I haven't used this one yet. This one's brand new, so it's fantastic. It's green tea goodness. Now, I love green tea in general. I drink it all the time. It's really, really good for your skin. And to have it in a beauty product is amazing. So this one is specifically designed to fight premature aging, which, clearly I'm very old, but it's still good to get it in as soon as you can, because it helps de-wrinkle all of this. It keeps your skin nice and bouncy, and it doesn't make it taut, which of course is where the wrinkling comes from. So Simple is really good because it also uses no perfumes and no colours that are artificial. There's no harsh chemicals that can upset your skin, no parabens, and no animal-derived ingredients, which means, I think anyway, I'm pretty sure it is completely vegan, which is also a massive bonus. So this one was made in Poland, which I didn't expect actually. It's made in Poland. I'm guessing all of their products are probably made in Poland. I've used quite a few different sorts of their products in the past. So it says that this has got pro-vitamin B5, vitamin E, green tea extract, mushroom extract, shea butter, and chamomile oil. So all you have to do is you splodge a tiny little blob on. So I've just used that amount of it. You massage it into your hands. I'm just going to add a little bit more water. And then you just rub it all over your face. It's really simple. Let's get my hair out of the way. So the best way to use face washes is to rub it in a circle. Oh, this smells really good. This is a really nice one. So you rub it in circles on your face because then you get the best coverage. Try not to get my hair entangled in it all. Just like this. Nose and across your eyebrows is a really, really important area to cover because these are the parts that can dry out the most. Some people also get these parts drying out, but for me personally, I know it is here and down here. So you rub it into your skin, make sure you cover as much as you can, and then wash it off your hands. And I like using a face cloth for this sort of thing, just because it's easier to make sure you've got it all off. So give your face cloth a little bit, don't make it too damp, and then wipe it all back off again. So it is really important to have a really good face wash. I wear a lot of makeup. As I said earlier, I am a model and I'm also an actor, which means I am quite often in makeup, in full face makeup. And in order to keep my skin nice and healthy, I do need to clean it a lot and clean it well. I do usually do this in the shower because as I'm washing my hair, I don't want lots of, the shampoo or whatever to be getting into my skin, because obviously when you heat up your skin or your pores open, and it can be really bad if harsh chemicals get in there. And quite a lot of shampoos and conditioners do use a lot of harsh chemicals. So I'm just gonna wipe my face. It has got a little bit red. I think I was a bit violent there, but that can easily be fixed. So I'll say again what that was. That is the Simple Regeneration Age-Resisting Facial Wash with Green Tea. Now, this says it was dermatologically tested, which means it's not used on animals, which I love. Any product that doesn't test on animals is always a plus. If you have any questions about this sort of thing, please do let me know in the comments. I'll try and answer the best I can, or someone else can help you as well if I really don't know the answer, but hopefully I will. So this does say to avoid getting it in your eyes, which is a given. Please, if you ever get this stuff in your eyes, don't just think it's okay, because it really can hurt a lot. And we don't want pain with makeup, it's the worst thing. Okay. So we're going to move on to our second product, which is another really important one. You should probably do this either immediately after washing your face or immediately before doing makeup, as long as you make sure that it is dry afterwards, because this is a moisturizer. Now, as I said, I do have dry skin. I particularly have it on my nose. I don't know if you guys will be able to actually tell, but across here and across here, I do get really dry skin. So moisturizer for me is a must. And I quite often use Nivea cream. My mum uses Nivea cream, so I've kind of just always heard of this brand and used it. It's not too pricey, which is really good. And to be honest, it is a really good brand. It's really trustworthy. So this is the refreshingly soft microwave, it's not a microwave, refreshingly soft moisturizer cream with jojoba oil and vitamin E. So once again, getting those vitamins in here. So on the back, you can see there's lots of information here. It says that Nivea Soft is a highly effective, revitalizing moisturizing cream for everyday use. The light formula with vitamin E and jojoba oil is quickly absorbed and refreshes the skin. So basically, you can use it every single day. This one you can use for up to 12 months before it starts getting a little bit funny. Actually, I didn't say how long that one is. This one is also 12 months. And this one is made in Spain. So far, we've got the two products both made in Europe, one closer to me than the other, of course. So with moisturizer, I don't tend to use that much because honestly, you don't need to. Particularly if you have oily skin, it's definitely not a good idea to put too much on there, because if you have too much moisture on your skin, obviously that's not necessarily a good thing. So I've just got, you can see I've separated between two fingers, but I've just got a tiny little blob. What I do is I pull it all the way down my nose like this. I separate the last two out. This one smells really good as well. These are good smelling products. And then I put it into my eyebrows because that is the most dry part of my skin. So it's always good to just spread it out. Make sure that's fully in there because you don't want awkward blobs of moisturizer just chilling on your face. Okay. There we go, and then rubbing into my eyebrows as well. Oh, someone just loved me. Thank you. I can see you in the comments and on the little responses. I can see them all floating up, which is always nice. I feel appreciated. Okay, so for me, that's all I have to do. Another place that people tend to get dry skin is in their hairline. Now, if I've just washed my hair, I tend to get dry skin here. To be honest, it might be just the shampoo that I'm using. I'm not sure. You can probably tell I do have random bits of colour in my hair. That's usually a lot more vibrant, and I think it does dry out my skin when I have to bleach it, because as you can see, I do have dark hair, and in order to get the colour, I have to put peroxide in my hair. But it's my own fault and I'm very silly for doing that. So here does dry out. You can put moisturiser in here, but just make sure it doesn't go into your hair, because if you're keeping moisturiser in your hair, it actually does the opposite effect, because it can clump, it can dry it all out because you don't realise it's there and you're not brushing it out. And it can actually just look like you've got dandruff, which, I mean, nobody wants that. So this moisturiser is really soft feeling. It's really lightweight, which I quite like. Some moisturisers can feel very heavy on your skin, and this one, it feels almost like you're putting water on, which is awesome. I don't like heavy ones that make you, it doesn't feel creamy, if you know what I mean by that. It feels like just pure moisture going into my face, and hopefully my nose will appreciate it. My septum piercing is very wonky. Hopefully that will be okay. Right, so let's quickly go through those. These are the two products I've been through so far. The Simple Regeneration Age-Resisting Facial Wash, which can be used every single day. And of course, one that I've just been through, the Refreshingly Soft Moisturizer Cream. So I think it's time to actually get to some makeup products. So I'm going to take you back through to my front room where my cat is lingering. Oh, thank you for saying I have excellent. And what we're going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys about two very specific products, but I am going to have the assistance of my ridiculous makeup kit and all my, these are my Disney toys. We don't need to talk about those because they have to be used in conjunction with other things, but I will go through that in just a moment. I should have prepared this part better. I didn't expect the light to be so horrific on the other side of the room. So I'll bring my makeup kit over and I will introduce you to two more products. These are both by NYX Cosmetics. Now, NYX is actually a company which I have used for years. I adore NYX Cosmetics. I think they're always very sort of prim and proper. It always gets the job done. And I think that's brilliant. So I'm just going to open this out. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm faffing around. So I'll introduce these two and then we'll go through them. So the first one is the NYX, and this makes my eyes look like I'm wearing false eyelashes, which I adore. I do wear false eyelashes quite a lot, especially if I'm performing or just going out or something like that. So to have this, which makes it a lot easier for me, it's very preferable. And then we also have the NYX Cosmetics, again, HD Finishing Powder. Now this is something that is used at the end of a makeup process, so we'll come back to that. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to do this very, very quick, but I'm going to have to put a layer of foundation on. Hold on. So I have a ridiculous amount of brushes, as per, so we'll just put a very thin layer on. Please do not pay attention to how I do this. This is not how I normally put foundation on, but just to give you an idea of how the powder and the mascara work with other makeup, I think it's best that we do put something on my face so it all works in conjunction with each other. I love doing makeup. I spend a lot of time every single day, well, maybe not every day, but a lot of my days doing really crazy looks. I am a trained makeup artist, so I do a lot of stupidly complicated looks, which, well, they do make me look a little bit crazy sometimes, I'm not going to lie, but I'm kind of into that, so it's always good. And especially, of course, it's near Halloween now. I've been doing some really interesting looks on my Instagram. Okay, this is the quickest I've ever put on foundation in my life. I can't actually see what I'm doing either. Okay, that's not too bad, that's not too bad. Okay, so we've got a base layer of foundation on. Obviously, when I'm doing my makeup normally, I will add a contour, so we might as well do that really quickly. If I can find my contour palette. I look like I've got definition in my face now. Okay. So, the main thing we're going to focus on first is eyes. I said we have this mascara, so let's talk ourselves through it. It's worth the hype. This is not the most expensive of the NYX Cosmetics mascaras, but it is a little bit on the pricey side. So this one is made in America, I think. Yep, made in the USA with domestic and imported parts. So it's mostly made in the USA. So this is in the black colour. Oh, thank you so much saying I look pretty already. I mean, absolute bare minimum makeup. So this one can last for approximately 6 months. To be honest, I usually use a mascara a lot faster than that, wearing it every day and sometimes in quite heavy looks. But I'll show you the brush before I apply anything to my face. So it is quite a big brush. You can see that this is the first time it's ever been opened, and there is absolutely, I don't know how well you can see that, there is zero clumping on the actual brush itself. My phone will absolutely not want to focus on that whatsoever. It wants to focus on my face. But it is really good. It smells like very minimal mascara, which is really good, because some mascaras do have a very, very strong scent, which I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of. I used to have one that smelled absolutely horrific, and I hated it. So I think I will just do a very, 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 very light eye look. So I'll just use, maybe I'll use a bright pink so you guys can see it, just to showcase it a little bit, because otherwise you won't be able to see anything at all. I've got absolutely no light where I'm sitting. So there's half an eye done. I love doing bold colours, and having a mascara which is going to make it extra bold is always a plus. Always, always, always a plus. Okay, and then I'll just add a little bit of blue on the front. I feel very pressured, even though I'm not under pressure. I don't know why I'm even hurrying. I feel like I'm, for some reason, like doing it about 6,000 miles an hour. Okay. Okay, so we have that, and I'll just put a little bit under my eyes using a slightly different brush. You get to see my makeup faces as well. I'm sharing my makeup faces with the world. It's always a good look. Always a good look. Okay. So here we have a very basic eye. I have not blended that very well for the camera, but this is just to give you an idea of what it will look like. So usually I would put like big, you know, like eyeliner. I have a really winged eyeliner, but that's not necessary for this one because we are just showing you the mascara. So let's get this on my face and see what it's like. So this is theoretically going to make my eyelashes really, really big. I do have quite big eyelashes anyway. I'm just gonna get my mirror out again. So let's see. I'm just throwing everything everywhere. Okay, here we go. So this is what I look like currently, with a little bit of colour. And then, oh, this is really smooth actually. This is a really creamy kind of mascara, which is nice. It doesn't feel like it's heavy. It's not clumping my eyes at all. Okay, so you can definitely see the difference, or I can at least. My eyelashes aren't that curled at the moment, but you can see the difference between the two very, very easily. I'll just pop the other eye on. Here we go. This is a really nice mascara. It's definitely making my eyelashes look a lot longer. I can feel that happening. I do have very fair eyelashes, so although they are very long, they're almost blonde, I guess. They're a very different colour to the rest. I mean, you can see how fair my eyebrows are as well, something which we'll move on to in a second. But there we go. You can see that's instantly given my eyes a little bit of a lift. I'm not going to do the bottom eyelashes because I have really weird eyelashes on the bottom. They're actually very few. I don't know if I have something wrong, I don't know, but I have very, very few, and the ones that are there are extremely blonde and it always looks patchy. So I'm not going to do that. If I do ever do my eyelashes, I always put fake ones on the bottom. But this is the Worth the Hype mascara, which I think I can admit is definitely worth the hype. If you have any questions on this one, do let me know in the comments below. So before we move on to the final, thank you very much, saying I'm looking nice. This is a very quick look, but I'm going to quickly and in a very unprofessional manner put some eyebrows on, because otherwise I feel like I look like a bit of an alien because they are so pale. So this is the final thing that I'm going to put on my face, apart from a highlighter, before I use the final product. If you have any questions about how I do my makeup normally, let me know. I'm always happy to share that sort of thing, because I know lots of people have different styles of doing things. And to be honest, I always think that as long as you look good at the end of the process, then you don't necessarily have to use the correct methods. Like, for example, right now I am just using one single brush to do my eyebrows, which I know is definitely not a thing. Thank you so much, saying I look beautiful. You're awesome too. I love this. I love having comments all over. It's great. So a lot of other makeup artists do not use a single brush to do their eyebrows. I personally think it's fine. I still get the achieved look at the end of it. And I like a very bold eyebrow. So for me, this is the way to go. This mascara, I'm actually looking at it as I'm doing my eyes. I can definitely tell the difference between my normal mascara, which is, I think the formula of this one is a lot thinner, but it's actually made it come out better because it's kind of made my eyelashes curl out more and pop, which, I mean, my other one doesn't clump, but it definitely doesn't have like the same sort of effect. So I'm into it. NYX Cosmetics are doing good by me once again. It's always good when a tried and trusted makeup brand does the thing you want it to do. I do have a couple of other NYX Cosmetics products in my kit. Okay, so that's my eyebrows done. They're more or less even. I've not done the best job of these, but I've done it very quickly, so you'll have to forgive me a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of highlight. I like using a mixture of powder and liquid highlight, but this one is my favorite because it is super glittery. You can see the consistency of it there. It's like a rainbow, and I adore it. Okay, put a bit on my cupid's bow and my nose. And then we come to the final product, which I'm going to talk to you about. So this, for me, is one of the most important things a person can have in their makeup kit. I did mention it very briefly. This is the NYX Cosmetics Finishing Powder, the HD Finishing Powder. You need a translucent powder in your makeup kit because it sets the whole look, which is why I've done a full face. I absolutely didn't have to, but I felt the need to. So this one lasts for 12 months. To be honest, that's probably all it would last if you're using it every single day. I do have another translucent powder somewhere in here, which I don't use anymore, but I did used to use it a lot, and it went right down to the bare bones, and I just never wanted to throw it away. I don't know why. Okay, so this one I would assume, oh, it's not. I was going to say I would assume it's made in the USA, but it's not. This one is actually made in China. And annoyingly, it did have a security tag on the back, and you can see it's kind of left a residue that I physically could not remove. But it has lots of different things in it. This is probably the one with the most chemicals in it, which usually I'm not a fan of, but it is just a powder, which means it's not getting into your skin because it goes on top of everything else. All the other products that I've used are chemical-free products. So let's get this open. As you can see, it's just a white powder. If you put it on your finger, it does come out white. However, when you blend it in, as you can see, it does go completely clear. So this basically just sets everything in place and means you're good to go for the rest of the day. It works exactly the same as a setting spray. Personally, I prefer the powders because I always feel like sprays just move things a little bit in ways that you don't want. And let's be real, absolutely nobody wants that. So to put this on, you need a really fluffy brush. This is the fluffiest one I own, which for some reason in the camera, because of the shadows, looks really dirty, but it's not. Believe me, it's not. So you can see I'm putting it on my arm. There's nothing coming off there. Some people use these for blush, which I'm not a fan of. I think that's just too much blush, but this is what I use for this kind of thing. All you have to do, rub it around. You might be able to see the powder coming off. Give it a tap and literally just go all over your face with it. Set all that face in place. So you can use any amount you want. I like to get full coverage, to be honest. I never trust my makeup ability to be able to actually keep it in place. But, you know, if I'm on stage, it needs to stay in place. And this kind of thing is the perfect solution. And there we have it. I more or less have a full face. I'll probably add a lipstick to this. I might add eyeliner afterwards. I haven't quite decided yet. But 4 products to get you to this point without all the other details. Very, very important. I'll quickly do a recap for you. So I'll just grab these 2. So first of all, we started off with the Simple Regeneration Facial Wash with green tea. A facial wash which can be used every single day. Really important to start it off. Then, of course, you need to make sure your skin is nice and fresh. After you've taken away those wrinkles, giving your skin a bit of a bounce, you need to add moisture to lock it all in place. This is the Nivea Refreshingly Soft Moisturizer Cream with jojoba oil and vitamin E. Again, you can use it on the daily. It's really good. It keeps everything in place. It's really lightweight, which is awesome. Oops, because it means that it doesn't feel like it's just all holding your face down and it doesn't feel like it's blocking anything at all. Then, of course, I use a lot of random products and topped it off with the Worth the Hype NYX Cosmetics Mascara, which, to be honest, I'm very, very excited about. It's definitely made my eyes look a lot bigger, if that's possible. And then finally, to finish off the look, I have used the HD NYX Cosmetics Finishing Powder to set my makeup. And to be honest, I think that is where I'm going to leave it today. I hope you enjoyed my little almost tutorial here. I hope it was informative. If anyone has any questions, feel free to comment, give it a like, whatever you want to do, and either myself or someone else will be able to help you out. Thank you very much for all the people that have come and gone in this video. I hope you appreciated me being here, and perhaps I will see you again someday. Bye bye.